Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Lift off on another episode of Tarot Today Live. That's right. I'm Dax Carlisle coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. This is the radio broadcast bringing you the world of tarot. We've been doing it for the last 12 years, but now we are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio, but we are live streaming on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. And here's my fabulous co-host, Mary Brown. Mary, where's your camera?
Hi, everybody. Hi,
hey,
Dax.
there she is.
Happy Psychic Saturday. I'm here. Yes, this is exciting. And also, even though we are on all these different, we're live and on all these different platforms, and still in the midst of all of that, we still are a live call-in show. And the number to call for anybody who wants to call in to chat with us and get a free mini reading is 714-816-4628. And again, 714-816-4628. Be sure to press the number 1 on your dial pad because it raises your hand so we can see you. Well, Dax can see you on the switchboard. And you've got like a whole bank of computers today, right? Since we're multi-streaming.
Yes.
And my God.
To make it easier, I've got my MacBook Pro and I've got my I had to dig out my old Acer. You know how they're all in our closets. All of our old laptops and, dug it out, dusted it off, because that way I can do the switchboard for Blog Talk and the Restream and Zoom. I mean, the technology, it's fantastic, but there's so much going on. But the really cool thing about our live streams is that you can call in still. We were able to work that out. And we're taking calls on Blog Talk. We've got a few people in there now. And go ahead and raise your hand. I see some people in there. They've called in, but they haven't raised their hand yet. Now, of course, you can just listen to the show that way too, right, Mary?
Yeah. And remember, press the number 1 on your dial pad if you want to be on the air. And also, since this is the first time we've done it on all these different platforms, if you happen to catch our show, if you're right now on YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook, and you're following the show or you see the live stream, hit the like button, leave a comment. Just let us know that you can actually see us, because we're not going to be able to really know until after the show when we check, but it'd be great. And we can see all the comments, right? From all those platforms.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say that actually we can see it now. In fact, let's see. I cannot pronounce Shadat. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. It's a very complicated long 4-name. Anyway, Allie. Hey. Okay, and they're coming in from Facebook. All right. Yeah. So we know we're live somewhere. Okay. So
right.
basically what's really cool about this is whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, catching the show, you can type in the comments and they'll pop up right up here, which is just really cool. I want to suggest, though, for the best viewing experience. So if you're listening on Blog Talk Radio and you want to see us live and actually see the tarot cards, and go ahead and anything else we're doing, and see Mary and I suggest going over to our YouTube channel. So we have a URL that takes you right over there, real simple. So it's tarottoday.live. So you just open a new tab in your browser. You can put the www.tarottoday.live if you want, but you don't need the www nowadays. So just open a new tab in your browser and type in tarottoday.live. It's not .com. .live is the extension. tarottoday.live. It'll take you right there, and right at the top, you'll see the live. Click on the live, and when you comment in there, your comments are going to pop up here for us to read. And, you can actually, there's Sharon on Facebook. Hi, Sharon. Sharon Miller. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
And Kay on, oh my God, Kay on YouTube. Hi, Kay. So if anybody wants a mini reading or wants to comment on the show, go ahead and do that in the comments and we'll get them right here. But of course, we would rather talk to you. So if you're watching us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, I can't even remember them all. It's like Facebook. We're in our Facebook group, Tarot Guild. We're also on the Facebook page as well. And if you are watching us, hey, call and chat with us. We're one of the only live stream shows that can actually do this. So give us a call. You want to give out that number again, Mary?
Yes, the number is 714-816-4628. 714-816-4628. And again, press the number 1 on your dial pad. And before everybody starts talking to us, which I do hope they will, because I'm excited to see who's all out there this lovely Saturday, I wanted to share the card of the day that I drew today from it's from the, let me find the box, from the Eternal Crystals Oracle cards. Isn't that cool? It's such a cool cover by Jade Sky and artwork by Jane Marin. And the card I drew is the Ruby card. And that is all about passion. Passion. What is your passion? Connected to the roots and sacral chakras. It's a red stone, which they often are connected to the root chakra, but it's about connecting to what you're passionate about this week. What are you passionate about? Are you feeling, even like, how do you connect to the word passion? Because sometimes we can go through a phase in life where, we're just sort of meh about everything. It's like, meh, do you want to go do this? Would you like to do this? Meh. I don't know if anybody else has ever gotten like that, but I certainly have, where you just have a day where you don't feel inspired. You don't feel excited. And, it's okay to have one of those days, but you don't want to have too many of them. And so find a way this week to connect to something that you're passionate about. And if you can't think of anything, find something. And also, it's a really good time to work with the root and sacral chakras using crystals like ruby. But really, if you don't have ruby, it's not that common. I've noticed among like fellow stone guardians and crystal keepers, not a lot of people have a piece of ruby, but definitely, get one. There, you can get inexpensive raw ruby a lot of places, and put it on the area of your root chakra, on your sacral chakra. Just breathe in that energy, picture that beautiful red color of the ruby stone. And also, just imagine that helping you to connect to your passion. and passion goes beyond just crystals and things that we get excited about and stuff. It also touches upon relationships. Is there passion in your relationships and even in your friendships? Do you have friends that you can connect with and do something that's really exhilarating and makes you feel alive? So those are just some things to kind of think about as we go through the week this week. What are the numbers like today, Dax?
Awesome.
Today's.
Well, let's see here. We're going to take a look at the numerology. I also pulled a card of the day as well. And here we go. It's from this deck. Tarot Grand Lux.
Your favorite.
My favorite. Currently my favorite here anyway. And
shout out to Chiro.
Hey, Chiro Marchetti. Awesome sauce. All righty. And I actually got the 10 of coins here.
Ooh.
So I hope that's going out. I got the speaker view on here and there's a delay on Restream, but hopefully you can see this. Give you a second for it to switch back. That's the only thing I don't like about the way Zoom does that is the switching isn't all that great, when you're switching from views. I'm going to go back to gallery actually so they can see both of us. It's a 9-day, the 27th. 2 + 7 is 9. And it's the number of endings. It's the end of a cycle. This is a great day to clean out the closets, literally and figuratively. And the entire date energy reduces to a 5, which is that high energy number. So you're going to have the energy to actually do that. So take advantage. And, maybe you don't want to do the cleaning out of the closets thing, but with it being, the 10 of coins, we're talking like family matters, financial stability, legacy, family, genealogy. Hey, if you haven't been able to get the energy to do that genealogy chart, this is when you do it. So that's what I got for the card of the day and the numerology of the day. Mary, you're
awesome. And
really quiet.
Am I?
Yeah, it's like
hear
you're
me?
not jumping in there. I'm like going, how long do I got to pause here?
I thought I was talking. You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. I like how weird. But no, I'm excited because it's a Psychic Spin episode. And I think we've got a really fascinating question that I haven't really considered before. We're going to be doing the Psychic Spin later. And really what that is for people that may be new to the show and haven't, been listening to us for years, like we've been doing the show for years. The Psychic Spin is when we take like kind of bigger questions. It can be questions that are like trending based on, trending topics rather. And we pull tarot cards on them because the talking heads that you see on TV talking about things can't do that, but we can. So it's always interesting to see what the tarot has to say about some of these topics. And this week's topic is all about manifesting. Is it real or is it just privilege? And Dax, you and I were talking about that, and it is kind of an interesting question because it always comes down to, and we've had a lot of, different callers to this show at different times wanting to ask about manifesting, and they'll always say, oh, my neighbor across the street or my cousin or my sister, everything comes so easy to them. And here I am, I'm trying really hard. I'm trying to make something happen and it's not happening. So you've heard that a lot too.
Yeah.
Probably,
and
right?
I mean, this whole idea came from when I accidentally came across that Glamour magazine article, and basically they were asking, how much of manifesting is actually just privilege. And so the gist of it was, okay, you know, you got Lady Gaga, you got Kim Kardashian, you know, people like that talking about, you know, the law of attraction, they manifested all of this and everything like that. But, you know, how much of it is manifesting and how much is it just privilege because they just have the money and they went and bought it? Yeah. You know, are they actually manifesting?
Right.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think, you know, it's like, so it's a lot easier for Kim from Beverly Hills than Kim from Beverly East Yorkshire, you know, to the A-listers,
Right. Oh,
you know, but
yeah.
so, you know, so that gave me the question in my head, you know, is that what it is? Is that's what's really going on? Or does manifesting actually happen? I'm not saying that what the article was saying isn't true. I mean, it is true, obviously, right?
Sure.
But there are the people that were born into it, and then there's people like Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
who, you know, was not a wealthy person, didn't have the connections. He, you know, for years slept with $1 million check that he wrote out himself
Right.
and put it up on the ceiling so that when he would go to sleep at night, he would stare at that check and manifest that first, you know, $1 million payday for doing movies, for acting. And he did it.
Yeah. Well, also, you know, it's, I mean, I look at Jim Carrey and I can't help but, you know, think of all the work that went into it. It wasn't like he just like boom turned into overnight superstar. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he had to really, really put in the effort, years of working, years of like kind of, you know, rising up. But I think his attitude helped a lot. And, you know, he's talked a lot about, you know, how he grew up, you know, his father, I forget what his father did, but it, you know, he worked for a company, he had a company job and everything was fine until that job went away. And you know, Jim Carrey's like kind of famous, you know, well, in a lot of reasons, in a lot of ways he's famous. But one thing he's kind of known for is doing like commencement speeches at colleges and stuff, and kind of sharing that story of his upbringing and saying, like, look, you know, I learned right there that you can spend all your time doing something that you don't like, and you can still lose that, you know. So
Right.
why not try to do something you love? And I think that that to me kind of connects to why he's such a mega superstar. He loves it. He loves the work. He loves comedy. He's so good at it, you know. And he may be not enthralled with everything that comes with it, you know, the trappings of fame, the being trapped by fame, the all of the you know, outer things. But you know, he had that essential love and passion, just like my card of the day, for being an actor, for doing comedy. And I think that that has to be connected in some way to manifestation. You know, if it really means something to you, I think that that would help in some way. But we'll take a look at that and see, you know, is it just privilege? You know, maybe it is, you know, and certainly privilege seems to help in
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of ways.
And I already pulled some cards on that.
Mm.
And I'm taking a look. And so, you know, when I ask it directly, is it just privilege? I get no card, no card, no card, no card. So 4 out of 5 no's. And
Well,
interestingly, the only yes card and the only major arcana card was the star card.
wow.
Yes, hope. And I think that's, you know, part of it. I think that's, you know, part of the manifestation process. The energetic feeling around the manifestation. A lot of people say that are against the law of attraction, or say that it's not real, manifestation isn't real. That's the one they always talk about, is that it's giving out false hope. But it's not, to me. Yes, there has a lot of the focus is on money. In fact, the central focus card, which is very interesting because it's 5, like the energy of the day, yet again, always the synchronicities, 5 of coins, so it stems from the lack.
Wow.
And the reason why the law of attraction doesn't work for people, actually, I'm bad too, because I'm using the same false narrative here. It's always working. It's just what you're focused on. So people that say it's not working for me, well, there's no such thing. You're not manifesting what you want is the correct way to say it, and a lot of that comes from focusing too much on what you don't have instead of what you want to get, right? And it has to do with the amount of energy put into it. All the other cards I got are wands cards, like the Ace of Wands. I love that dragon, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
The Page of Wands. Oh, look at the dragon on that one. Love that. The Page of Wands. The Three of Wands. And this is an important point right here. He's sent his ships out, and he's, letting his, letting what's going to happen, and waiting for the ship to come back in. He's not the captain of the ship. He doesn't steer the ship. He, sends out his ship, and the captain and crew are going out to get his goods and bring them back to shore. He's a merchant. He set everything in motion. He's paying for it. But hey, there could be a storm. It could crash on a reef. He has no control over this. He's just waiting for it. And that's part of manifestation, that you put out the intention, but don't get encumbered by the how's it going to happen, or the whens, or things like that. But it's all about the energy, the passion, the intention there. So I think that, yes, are there people born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and people that should not be manifesting and shouldn't be famous? They're just famous by accidental happenstance that their family has money, like the Kardashians. Yes. But there are a lot of people, that article mentions Lady Gaga. I don't know that she was, born and grow up rich. I don't know her backstory. I know more about Jim Carrey's, that he's one of the best examples of this, where, yeah, okay, privilege. They have the money, they can do what they want, but it wasn't always there. They did manifest it, you see. And that's the difference. You're not manifesting when you're just taking, I have $10 million and I'm going to take 200,000 and buy a Lamborghini. It's like that. That's not manifesting, or is it? Yeah. Maybe it is manifesting, it's just manifesting in a different way. But I think all of these, I think what the cards are telling us here is that, especially because it was such a strong no, 4 out of 5 no, the tarot is trying to tell us that it is a real thing, and that the arguments against it and the pessimism about it, and the folks that say, oh, it's not working, quote unquote, for me, just don't understand the mechanism and are focused on the lack. And that's what's really going on. So that's what I got. What did you get?
Well, I'm going to find out right now if I didn't shuffle prior to this.
Okay.
But, and since I'm just going to do the question is like sort of an either or, since that is the question.
That's a different way. I like it.
Is it privilege or is it real or is it privilege? And just pulling a few cards for each one, is it real or is it privilege? Is it real privilege, real or privilege? Wow. Okay. This is kind of bizarre. Is it real? The first thing that comes up is in this deck, the Knave of Pentacles. This is actually, this came out a long time ago. The Tarot of the Mist of the Magical Forest. Came out from, I don't know how well you can see that. It came out from
I see it.
Lo Scarabeo in 2008. Oh gosh, Tang is the last name of the artist. He's a Korean artist, and I just love this deck. So, we start with essentially what we call the Page of Pentacles, and to me, that's already saying like, okay, there's something, it's grounded in reality here. When I think of the Page of Pentacles, I also think like, you got to make the effort. You got to study. You got to learn. If you want to manifest, like, say, a great job as a tree trimmer, I don't know if that's a great job or not, but let's say
not in Arizona. It's hot.
Yeah, out there trimming the saguaro cactuses, those big cactuses you have in Tucson. What are those called? The big cactus? I'm trying to be a cactus here. Do you know what I'm saying? What are those cactuses, Dax?
The saguaro. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. We're getting some question requests. Go ahead.
Yeah, like what's wrong with her? That's probably a good question. But say that's it. Your passion is to be a tree trimmer. Well, you're not going to manifest that job unless you study it. Figure out what does it take? What do you need to learn? So I think that it's saying like it's real, but you've also got to make it real. And then the other thing that comes up is really interesting, and that is the Devil card. If you could see the Devil card here.
Yeah.
The weird kind of Devil card. But, so, what is it saying about that? Well, to me, the Devil card coming up on whether or not it's real is saying that, like, yeah, it's real, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be things that are obstacles that come up. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have to also have some handle on it. You're going to have control of it. If you want to manifest again, I'll stick with this great job as a tree trimmer. If that's what you want to do, but say that you haven't, you're an alcoholic, chances are you can, do all the visualization that you want. But if you don't address the things that are holding you back from manifesting the things you want, if it's like an addiction or, whatever the hindrance is, then that's obviously going to get in your way. Right. And then the last card, and whether it's real or not, is the High Priestess. And you can
awesome.
How well you can see the High Priestess, which is an owl, a very pretty owl, very wise, pretty owl. And so the High Priestess card, part of anything, I think, is we always have to use that intuitive faculty, and we also have to make wise choices. And also, the other thing that I like about the High Priestess is this idea that she doesn't give everything. She's not going to be the one blah, 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 just putting out, spilling all the tea or anything. So it's like sometimes on on the road to manifesting our goals or whatever it is, this great job as a tree trimmer in this example, you don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. Sometimes you can like kind of like focus on the things you have to do to make it happen. Like we saw with the Page of Pentacles, learn it, learn what you need to learn about it, practice, trim your trees in your backyard. I don't know. This metaphor is falling apart on me. But anyways, moving on to what came up when it comes to whether it's just
gotta work on those.
Yeah, I got to work on my metaphors. Privilege as Six of Swords comes up. Yeah, sometimes you get a break. And sometimes, maybe you're born into a wealthy family, or maybe, you just have something fall in your lap, or you win the lottery or something that like kind of lets it be smooth sailing for you, and you can avoid, like the more difficult passages or whatever. Then yeah, sure, privilege can play a part in that. The Hanged Man also comes up too. That I think kind of reminds us that sometimes privilege can also be like a pigeonhole or a trap. It can leave us stuck. And sometimes we have a lot of examples of people that grew up with everything being given to them. How many trust fund babies out there that blew it all and they didn't manifest anything. In fact, they lost what they had, So
Yeah.
it's not always a sure thing that having privilege is going to make sure that you can achieve the things that you want. And then the last card is really interesting, and that's the Two of Cups, which I love in this deck. Look at the Two of Cups, the two little bunnies in love. It's so sweet. It's so romantic, and maybe what does that say about manifesting, privilege being a factor with the Two of Cups? I mean, Two of Cups is also a card of harmony, so that helps too. I think that no matter what, whether you're privileged or not, there's still things you need to do. It's not a sure thing, and we know also that you can have a lot of privilege. You can even have a lot of wealth and fame and still be miserable and not feel like you're where you need to be. And I, having worked in Hollywood for years, I've seen a lot of that. And it seems counterintuitive, and it doesn't make sense that like, well, you have all of that. Why would you possibly be upset or be unhappy? But I remember hanging out with Billy Bob Thornton in his studio where he makes his music, because he's also a musician, and him saying, look, people think just because you're famous, just because you're successful, that you have it made. And you don't ever have it made. Nobody ever has it made. So that's one thing to keep in mind. A lot of people have a lot of advantages that a lot of other people don't. And maybe they get a leg up now and then on manifestation of the things that they want. But don't let that discourage you from trying to manifest the things that are important to you, or that you are, once again, passionate about. So that's what
Awesome.
I got.
All great points. That was pretty great. So there you go. The psychic spin. That's how it works. Oh, hey, if you have a psychic spin idea, a big question that you'd like us to ask the tarot, just let us know. You can catch us on Facebook and through the YouTube channel, Twitter, LinkedIn. Oh my God.
And
all over the place.
Everybody on those channels, if they're on those platforms, if they're watching.
Yes, actually, one of our callers is actually Kay, that is also watching on YouTube. And let's see, Sharon's asking a question. Chally is on YouTube. Says hello to both of us.
Hi.
Stephanie wants a general reading, and so we'll pull cards for them. Cool. Let's see, a message from the cards for Corey. So yeah, we're going to get to all of those, but we're going to also take some phone calls first. So let me give out the phone number. If you're watching us on one of those platforms, Hi. Yes, we are very green and new to this. Okay. So YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, go ahead and call into the show 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. In the future, hopefully we'll have that as a ticker going across the screen for you guys, but go ahead and call in. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad. That puts you in the caller queue in the order that you called in, so we know that you want to speak with us live on air. We're happy to take your questions from all the chat locations, and they're flooding in, Mary. This is just, we thought maybe in about 2 months we get to the point where we're actually getting comments and stuff. So this is
Maybe
actually
somebody will watch.
Yes,
we do it for 3 months.
One person. If we only get one person to watch on the 5 different places we're simulcasting right now, we'd be excited, right?
Thank you.
But they're actually coming in. But we'd rather talk to you. It'd be so cool. It's even more exciting than chat. So give us a ring, 714-816-4628. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad. We'll give some time for people to call in. In the meantime, it's our bottom of the hour break here. And real quickly, we are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. And you can catch shows all week long. Go to psychictalk.net/upcoming. And actually, let me see if I can type that in. This is a test because I've never done this before here. HTTPS. Yeah, I'm doing the whole thing here. psychictalk.net/upcoming. We'll see if that works and goes out. It's at least going out to Facebook and YouTube. psychictalk.net/upcoming. And you can check out all the upcoming shows. Other announcements, the summer sale's ending this weekend at the Tarot Guild. Yes, we are sponsored by the Tarot Guild, the international organization for tarot lovers, students, and professional readers since 2004. We're in our 18th year. I'm the president and founder. Mary is the vice president and director of communications. And so we got a big sale going on there. If you're new to tarot, I have a course that normally runs $297, and you can enroll for 2 payments of $67 right now. Awesome deal. You can get, if you're already a professional reader, you can get certified through the Tarot Guild by, first of all, joining the guild. It's $1 a month. I kid you not. All the workshops and everything you get, really cheap there. $1 a month. We bill it $12 for the year, right? So you join the. I'm hearing some background noise. What? Are you shuffling or something? I'm hearing.
I'm shuffling. I'll mute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like I'm hearing this crackling, rifling noise, and I'm like trying to remember everything I'm supposed to say here. No script. I have no script, So back to what I was saying, you can join the guild for $1 a month, and certification is normally $124 per level. It's $67 right now during the sizzling summer sale. And also got the readings on sale as well. I got a $67 option. As you can see, there's a theme going here with the 67s. Yeah, we're trying to make it as affordable as possible. I also have a $47 option going. Speaking of readings, however, Mary, you're going to want to unmute for this. We decided to do something a little crazy, a little exciting kind of thing. And I'm just going to share my screen here real quick. Tag team readings.
Oh, wow.
Yes, look at that. It's so cool. So yes, we are
there it
actually
is.
Mary and I are going to do tag team readings. So
Yes.
what do we mean by
Awesome.
a tag team reading? Well, it's really simple. On the show, we take phone calls, which you're going to hear in just a minute because we're going to phone lines. You hear us take the phone calls and do these mini readings live on air. And people seem to really love it because you've got, hey, 2 heads are better than one. Hey, 2 readers are better than one. And plus you get crystals and numerology and a lot of other chakras, a lot of other things between Mary and I. And people love the readings on the shows, but hey, we only got a couple of minutes to spend with you. We can do a full live session, all of us, the client and Mary and I, the three of us getting onto, or if you're bringing your spouse with you as well, whatever, get onto a Zoom call or something like that. And we're going to do a tag team reading. We're going to do your numerology, pull cards for your questions, tarot cards, oracle cards. Mary has a vast collection of oracle cards, and Mary also does crystals and chakra readings. And so she'll do a chakra reading for you. It's really exciting because we get to spend more time with you. And Mary, what do you want to say about it?
I want to say that I think I'm excited to do this because so often when we have somebody call into the show and we do a reading for them, I mean, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much more going on in that person's life. And unfortunately, we can only take one question, for callers. So we can then, try to get in as many of your calls as possible. So for a while, we've been doing the show for quite a while. I've always, had that feeling like, oh, geez, if they could have just asked all of their questions, because a lot of times, it's like you can only ask one question, and yet, there's a lot of follow-up, that would help, kind of help them deal with, the situation that they're wanting help with. So I'm excited that we're doing this. And I think it's really, great to be able to offer like a really full, like a fuller reading experience. Get your numerology done, take a look at your chakras, maybe get some crystal recommendations, also address the specific questions that you have, the follow-on questions that you have, all of those things that we don't have the time to get to on the air because it's an hour-long show. There's only so much we can do.
Absolutely. That is correct. That is correct. And as you can see up on the screen, we made a nice, convenient link for you, tagteam.tarottoday.live. And that'll take you right over where you can book a session. Tagteam.tarottoday.live. And let me see if I can pop that into the chat. All of our wonderful people in chat that are joining us today. HTTP.
Hey, everybody.
Tagteam.tarottoday.live. Next time I'll actually have these, already prepared and I can just copy and paste. But my God, the technical hurdles to get us live streaming to 5 different locations. Oh my God. Unbelievable. I'm so excited that this is it seems to be actually working. So, let us know if you're watching on Twitter or LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is the only one that I can see your messages, but I can't message back. I just wanted to let people know about that. So you might want to pop over. That's why I say, join us on our YouTube channel, tarottoday.live, because we get all those. All righty. Let's see who's been waiting the longest here. I'm excited about that tag team thing more than anything else.
Me too.
Tag team reading.
But I'm also excited to hear from our callers too. And
let's see who
do we have.
It looks like area code 919's been waiting the longest. Are you there, caller? 919?
I am. This is Kay from the YouTube.
Oh, hey, Kay from YouTube.
Hi, Kay.
Woo-hoo. This is our first ever YouTube caller. I'm just saying.
This is exciting.
Easily.
Well, I have really enjoyed this show thus far, so thank you.
Oh, wait till we have some of our like fantastic. We've been doing this for 12 years. Just wait till we have some amazing guests on here and stuff. If you haven't been following us on the Blog Talk channel for the last 12 years, there's a lot of new viewers, Mary. that are, for the first time going to be experiencing tarot today.
Awesome. So what's
It's
your
great to
question?
talk
I
to
do
you,
listen to you on Blog Talk, so.
Oh, cool.
Great. My question is, well, actually, what I was saying, the manifestation thing is really interesting because that has been so steadily on my mind, and it's about my question. Career opportunities. The quick, short version of it is, I'm working a job that it's a really cool job. It's just the salary is not what I need. I lost the job that I had, and I am truly applying, and I've even interviewed some, and I'm just wondering when that opportunity that is for my greatest and highest good is coming through. And about the manifestation, there is a dream job that keeps circling back, and I haven't. Right now, I'm kind of waiting to hear on it, and it's like, is it wrong for me to try to manifest this one because it may not be the right job? So that whole topic was interesting, and I would love to keep listening in after the question. But my question is, do you see a opportunity for full-time, permanent, best interest, highest and greatest good job coming through?
I would say right off the bat, you're tying yourself down. Everything you just said makes a lot of sense, though. The Devil card, the Seven of Cups, too many choices. You said, I can't remember exactly how you phrased it, Kay, but you said, should I, or can I,
is it
or
wrong?
Is it wrong? That's the thing. Yeah. Is it wrong? When is it ever wrong to manifest what we want to manifest? So the thing is, what the cards are showing me is that a lot of stuff about that. It's talking about, it's the fact that you're not going for it and focusing just on that. Like we've been talking about, through the whole psychic spin about, people make two mistakes. They either, or both, they either focus on the lack or they fail to focus on what they want to attract in, or both. And I think it's usually a little of both.
Okay.
And so, the thing is, and I think that's why the Devil card came up, because it's about attachments. I think that what's going on with you is, you're afraid to commit to the intention, and whether it's conscious or subconscious, there's attachment to what you're doing now, to what you used to do in the past, to other opportunities which are not quite as exciting, exactly what you want, but maybe you could get them easier. So you're thinking about going down the easy path,
right,
instead of focusing on what you want. So the cards are saying, that this can manifest for you, and it's all about, I got the Empress card as well, a lot of yes cards that this can manifest for you. Major Arcana, and even numbers like the Ten of Wands. I'm sorry, 10 of Wands. This is an overburdened card, but in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith version, although he's carrying this heavy load, his goal, which is in the distance, a small building, maybe his home, he's making it there. He's getting there. He's on his way. He's almost there. So, even though you might be a little bit feeling burdened, two things with that. One is you're still making progress, but the other thing is drop the other burdens, especially Seven of Cups, a lot of different opportunities, and that's, you got the universe confused the way I'm looking at it, so I think you need to focus.
I can see that.
I think you need to focus on what you want to attract in, and then maybe Mary's got some more that can help here. What are you getting, Mary?
Mine is a little bit different. Like I feel like in some ways it does have to do with timing for you. The the central card that I got is the Emperor card. You know, you can see the Emperor card.
Okay.
You know, to me, you know, it's a four. You know, fours are about stability and structure. And I, right next to it, I get the Seven of Wands. And I kind of feel like, you know, maybe right now is a time to kind of like stabilize everything. You know, stabilize your financial situation. Three of Pentacles comes up as well. You know, that's also a card of teamwork and partnerships and stuff. And also a three card like Dax got the Empress. I also got that Three of Pentacles and I got the Three of Cups as well. So I think when it comes to like manifesting the thing that is your dream, right? I think that, you know, that is something that maybe comes to you through partnerships, connecting, networking with people, you know, finding, you know, that right opportunity to really make that happen. But I also think it's a matter of timing. And right now, yeah, focus on, you know, sort of, you know, shoring up things, you know, having that, putting yourself in the position of the Seven of Wands where you kind of have the higher ground and you can kind of defend, you know, what you have, and you don't have to worry about you, whatever you set the baseline at, you know, meaning like if I need to make so much a month to maintain, you know, my lifestyle, you know, then it's okay to like go for those jobs, find those jobs, etc. You know, but the Wheel of Fortune is saying like, look, the situation you're in right now, that is going to change. So I don't feel like you're making any mistakes at the moment, you know, but I also think that, you know, you do have to have like one eye looking ahead, because, you know, getting in that position of where we're just maintaining or we've stabilized things and, you know, we're good, doesn't necessarily mean that we're happy. And you don't want to have that sort of regret of like, what if I had gone for it? And, you know, you don't want to be in that position. So, you know, now, and I would say like for the next 6 months, it really is about, you know, kind of like getting your ducks in order, as we say, you know. And I do think that there's opportunities coming up for you to find a job that's going to at least like, you know, put you in that position so you can build towards that future. And, you know, check your connections, because I think it comes to you through that. I think there's an opportunity coming through friends, people that you maybe have partnered with in the past, people that you know. So that's what I'm getting.
Okay. Yeah. I thank you. I have applied for some things, and I have a recruiter that has been just so amazing. And then it was interesting, this position I'm talking about. Another recruiter came to me that I had worked with before on the same job. So it kind of worked its way back around. But I have applied for other things with connections. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Perfect. You're on the right track. Thanks so much for calling.
Thanks for the call, Kay.
Bye.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
enjoy the rest of your weekend. It is that easy, folks. If you're watching us live on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, just give us a ring, 714-816-4628. But we will take your questions from the comment sections on those various platforms we're using. That is our chat, okay? And I do want to do a few of these really quickly. Especially the very last. I know I should start at the beginning, but the very last one just really grabbed me, Mary. I want to do this one first. Pull a card or a group of cards, however you do yes, no. She wants a yes, no. Now get this. This is Rose. Rose is on YouTube. Yes or no, does Karen, I'm sorry. She corrected herself in the next post. Yes or no, does Karen see me as Bella from Twilight? I love
that question. I love that question. But it's a yes or no question. And for yes or no questions, I use my pendulum.
Oh, we're going to do a pendulum.
There. A nice highlight pendulum. So let's see if I can do it high enough that people can see. So first, and just kind of see where we're at. Okay, we're good. So yes or no? Yes or no? This Karen to you, it's Bella from Twilight. Wow. I'm getting a no.
I'm getting a no too. I just wanted to throw that out there and confirm.
Yeah. Yeah. And, if I can just say something really quick about that, is that, like, even Bella from Twilight isn't necessarily Bella. You have to think that, like, you're more multifaceted than just a character that's in a book or in a movie. Just like the actress, Kristen Stewart that plays Bella in Twilight. She's got a lot of layers. So maybe there's a hint of it. Maybe there's a connection between Bella and Twilight and you for this person, but you're much more than that. So
yeah, and
there you go. Thanks for the question.
That was a great question. I just had to do that one first real quickly. The energy coming through for Karen is this more youthful energy. I don't know if she's chronologically younger than you, or maybe just emotionally not quite as mature. I don't know. I'm just throwing out what's coming to me. The passion's there. The passion is there. But then there's a couple of different paths that she's kind of looking at going down, but she is decided, or she's either unable to or unwilling to make a choice and go down a path. So that's what I got. Let's see, before we take another phone call, we do have some more calls on the phone lines. But let's see, I'm going to try to scroll back up. And the first thing I come to here, see, that was Kay. And then Sharon, Sharon Miller, she had asked, I think she just, God, it's hard scrolling back through these things. I think she just wanted a,
general.
Yeah, like just pull a card. I'm trying to get the exact wording, but I can't find the post. God, Sharon. Oh, there it is. What do I need to know? Duh. Yeah, so she just wants like a quick, what do I need to know?
What do you need to know?
And then I'm going to look up some other ones while you're shuffling. You go first there, Marion.
Okay, so
I got a message coming through.
What do you need to know? Actually, I'm going to use my Crystal Wisdom deck, which I like to use on like kind of
cool
general questions like that. The interesting thing, it's so cute. It's so teeny tiny, little teeny tiny deck. It's one of Rochelle Sharman's deck, one of my favorite Crystal Oracle deck authors. But the reason I like this on this kind of question is because there's these like statements or affirmations along with the crystal, right? And what just jumped out of the deck just now is the rose quartz card. And the message is about self-love. And it gives you an affirmation that I approve of myself and love myself deeply and completely. So that to me is something to kind of focus on. What do you need to know? You need to know that regardless of what you do, whether you succeed or fail, whether you've always done the right thing, or whether you've been able to, be a person of your word, all of the things that can be seen as mistakes. We all make mistakes. All of us are flawed human beings, right? No matter what it is, you still deserve love, and you definitely deserve to be loved by yourself, and and we throw this around a lot of times, but a lot of terrible things being done by people that fundamentally didn't love themselves. And so this is the fundamental thing, is that to know that you deserve it regardless of how your life has been or what's going on in life. At least be the person that's going to give that back to yourself. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. Working with rose quartz crystal, of course, is a way that I would always recommend because it's a wonderful stone. But it's also that stone of having compassion. It's okay to pamper yourself. It's okay to give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack. We want to be honest with ourselves and say, like, yeah, boy, I stepped on it. I messed that up. I've made mistakes. I have failed at things. But so what? You're still lovable. So that's the message that I have that she needs to know right now. What about you?
What she needs to know. What she needs to know. So I got the Eight of Cups. It's an interesting rendering of that card. And for me, it goes in alignment with the numerology, it being a 9-day. And I talked about cleaning out your closets, literally and figuratively. I think the message is, Sharon, you're going to benefit the most from, taking care of the baggage, especially emotional baggage, the cups there, but just anything from the past that you're still holding on to and so forth. Letting that go and focusing more in directly on what you want to manifest, which is the theme of the show today, manifestation, apparently. And it makes perfect sense, that once you clean out the clutter, you make room for more to come in. So I think that's the message that the tarot had for Sharon.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Thanks for the question.
Corey wants us to do a quick message too. And Corey is on YouTube. Looks like YouTube.
Oh, wow.
The conflicts, I don't know, there's some, confusion or conflicts. And I'm trying to zero in on the message here, but hold on a second. I can't see my camera. Okay, there we go. 5 of Wands. That's in alignment with today's energy as well. High energy. You don't want to make any big decisions. You don't want to sign contracts today. Don't buy the car today, buy it on Monday or next weekend. Things like that. But there seems to be some kind of, either confusion going on there or some conflicts. And the rest of the message I got, again, the Empress card came up again. Okay. And the number 3 is creativity and communication. And the Empress is, literally about creating and birthing. So to me, the message is that although there seems to be these conflicts, or there might be some confusion, the key is focusing on, yet again, manifestation. Yet again, focus on what you want to manifest and work on your creativity and create and, write the book, sing the song, write the song, play the music, draw the drawing, paint the painting, focus on that and do, instead of focusing on any conflict or confusion that might be going on. What message you got for Corey, Mary?
Well, again, I went to the Crystal Wisdom deck for this, and beautiful aquamarine stone.
Ooh,
now, this
look
is
at that.
Blue stone. Throat chakra communication is key here. And to really feel like you can communicate easily, gracefully. Yeah. That we're not always able to do that. But what's really, great thing about aquamarine, and you can't, I don't know how well you can see it in the rendering, but usually like a really good aquamarine is like this clear blue, this crystal clear blue communication. If you need to deal with some of these conflicts that Dax is seeing, you want to be able to like speak your truth as clearly and as calmly as possible, easily, gracefully. Say your say, state your case, speak your truth, regardless of what, the confusion or the conflicts, may be. You need to, feel that you can, still stand your ground in a sense, speak your truth. That's what it's all about. You know, Sometimes we get pulled into, finding ourselves in like this weird spot, right? Because we're trying to say the things that we think other people want to hear. We're trying to people please. And I don't know how much of people pleasing is coming into this for Corey, but I feel that, that this card is coming up to tell you that like your truth is your truth, and to stand behind it and not get swayed and not feel like you've got to bend over backwards for other people. So that's what I'm getting. I hope that helps, and thanks for the question.
Yeah. And I think there's a couple more in the chat. We're going to go back to the phone lines, but I wanted to do Stephanie's real quick. She's been waiting a while. Just a general reading. So we'll just do a general pull. You want to go first on that one, Mary?
Yes, I think I might as well, since these are generals, stick with the same deck.
Yeah, so, keep on going.
Crystal Wisdom deck. Let's just see what comes. This is for Stephanie. Yeah. I actually got two cards that just fell out when I said the name Stephanie. So one, it's kind of interesting. One is nurturing, chrysoprase. People say it both ways. I don't know how well you can see that. It's such a beautiful, beautiful stone. This beautiful green stone. It's about nurturing. The mantra, I open up and allow myself to be nurtured. To be nurtured. So, maybe there's somebody that's, sometimes, our family members, or even we have friends sometimes that like, oh, they just want to feed us, or they just want to help us, or they just want to do something for us. And, accepting that can sometimes be a little bit of challenge. So if anybody is offering nurturing to you, or there's something that, you're thinking of doing that could be nurturing to you, your soul, your emotions, consider being open to it and allowing. And the other card that comes up that's really interesting is it's a form of quartz, but it's called the Ancient Wisdom crystal, about ancient wisdom and seeing yourself as an expression of that, and letting letting that idea that like, hey, you weren't born yesterday, right? You can't get a YouTube account if you were born yesterday. So we know that much, right? And so chances are that you have acquired a lot of knowledge and truly wisdom along the way, and don't be hesitant to express that, to share that. That can be a valuable gift, if you're, and it's also a great exchange. These two cards is really interesting because it's about you receiving and allowing yourself to be nurtured, and at the same time sharing your wisdom, with others. So there's this real sense of balance going on, that balance between you sharing what wisdom, what you've learned, and you letting people do something for you. So, to keep in mind that exchange, and that balance, because it's not fun. Things get out of whack when it's just a one-way street and it's all give, 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 and no receiving. So that's what I'm getting. What are you getting, Dax?
Oh, gosh, I was spending so much fun time with everybody in the chat that I feel, well, the message coming through the Chariot card, which is always a good card to get, but what I'm drawn to when I got this card, what I was drawn to was the two horses, the black and the white, being pulled in different directions. I feel like she might be being pulled in different directions. And again, another 3 card, another communication and creativity, the 3 of coins, building something, So if you feel like you're pulled in one direction or another, the message I'm getting is to look at your skills and abilities and lean into that. That's what I'm getting. And that will, it might be slow and steady progress, but and require a lot of, hard work. I mean, obviously he's working really hard there. But eventually you end up at the King of Pentacles. You end up at the King of Coins, financially better off. So if you feel pulled in 2 different directions, the message from Tarot is to lean into what you already have, the skills and abilities. Let's see who's been waiting the longest on the phone lines, Mary. We've got an 801 caller line.
Awesome.
Let's see here. 801. Are you there, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, one second.
Sure.
My name is Novella, and I'm calling from YouTube.
I can barely hear you. Can you get closer to your microphone or talk a little? Novella from, did you say New Jersey?
No, I live in Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Utah.
Okay. That's what I was saying. I was really hard hearing you. So what's your question for us today?
Well, will things get any easier soon, please?
Okay, will things get any what?
Easier soon.
Better?
Easier soon. Okay.
Easier, better, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong. It might be the technology. I'm just, the lines from Blog Talk are a little more muffled on my end, Mary. Will it get any easier?
Mm-hmm.
Will it get it? Do you want it to get easier? I know, bad joke, but it's like, because we're talking all about manifesting, you're really in the driver's seat. You can make it easier. You can manifest what you want. Not focus on the lack. Shift your focus to what you want to draw in. But let's see what the cards are saying here. Oh, well, yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. It's not a super strong yes. I'm not getting 4 or 5 yeses. I'm getting 3. It's still leaning yes, though. And when I get these muddled answers where it's not a strong yes or a strong no, it just means there's something more to be done, more effort to be done. But it's leaning towards you're going to be able to.
More effort?
I'm sorry?
More effort?
I'm not. Effort? More effort. Well, it may be more effort combined with doing things differently, if you know what I mean. Like, if you feel like you're not making the progress, are you spinning your wheels? Are you doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result? Einstein's definition of insanity. But I've got things like, justice is coming in here. There's it's hinting about balance, that, you need to get more balance in the different areas of your life for things to kind of open up for you. But then they open up. Then the world card comes in. Literally the world, everything. To me, that's like the whole universe. It's like the Vesica Pisces. This is the Vesica Pisces right here. The womb of the universe. And she's coming out of that. it's literally, I cannot believe the synchronicities today, Mary. It's literally manifestation. That's literally what that card is about. I feel that there's opportunities that it's usually with this card, with the Four of Cups, it's like you're not happy with the current situation and you're not seeing the opportunities. I actually think you see the opportunity. You're just not deciding to take it yet. Okay.
No,
and then,
I've actually have had many opportunities and I am taking them.
Oh, good. All right.
Like, I've been unemployed for 3 weeks and I'm going to go serve snow cones tonight because I need to make money.
Yes.
And I'm very thankful for that opportunity.
Absolutely do that.
It's been really difficult, like unnecessarily.
And it looks like you may have some folks showing up, a younger person, a Page of Wands. We got a Knight, more contemporary person. I feel like you're going to meet those people and they're going to be able to help with even more opportunities. It's the fire energy. So, it could be one of the fire signs, could be Leo, something like that. But I'm not saying necessarily, but these people are very passionate about what they do. So if you come across somebody that is chronologically or just has a youthful outlook, and then the other person is around your age, either chronologically or emotional stability and life experience wise. So that's what I'm getting. Let's see what Mary's getting. Mary?
Well, interestingly enough, I also got the Justice card. Okay, so we are going to return to things being in balance, and that sense also with justice, it's hard not to think of fairness. Like for me, like when justice comes up, I'm like, okay, okay, now it starts to feel like the universe is being a little more fair. I think September timeframe is when you start to see things shift a bit more. Ace of Pentacles comes up. There may be an opportunity to have something that's like a little more steady and financially. The Magician card comes up. You can make this happen. It's not outside your reach. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I got the Knight of Wands as well. And so it comes up in the past position, though. So I feel like sometimes when we see the Knight of Wands in the past, it gives us a sense of like, oh, I've had to run this way, I've had to run that way, I've had to do all of this. And so when you talk about, are things going to get easier? I almost want to say, like, I think that it's going to be a little less like crazy. I think it's going to be a little less, you having to like kind of wear yourself out just to maintain, your life at the level that you want. So look for an opportunity to come up in September, job opportunity that's going to be like more stable than maybe what's been coming up lately. Okay.
Thank you.
And bring things in and help you to bring things.
Terrific.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the question and for calling.
Yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I was shuffling and I had cards flying out, Mary, and I was thinking about I'm trying to pronounce these names, my God. Ternisha on Facebook and Shahad again was asking, and what happened was I was thinking of Ternisha, and this is the card that popped out. It is the Six of Swords. I'm sorry, Six of Swords. It's mirrored in my image here. Traditionally, like in the Waite Smith version, the swords are like in the boat, taking the thoughts and ideas along with you. And the thing about this card is that you're making progress towards your goal. That's the message that I'm getting for you. However, you might want to throw out of the boat some of those swords. I sound like a broken record, Mary, because this is true of almost everybody that calls in. But there's a reason for that. We all keep doing the same thing. We all have too many thoughts and ideas, and we don't get focused on one thing. And, the whole theme of the show with this, with the psychic spin being about, is manifestation real? Yeah, it's real. You're manifesting all the time, but what are you focused on? And if your focus is scattered, you get that. If your focus is on lack, you get that. If your focus is really narrow, crystal clear, 365-degree, 5-sensory immersive visualization of exactly what you want, guess what? You manifest it. So that is the message I was getting for Ternisha. And then for Shada, I got the Hermit. I keep going off screen. It's like one window has the actual camera and the other one has the delayed camera, and it's driving me nuts. This is only our first time doing this, folks. We'll get better at this. So the Hermit card, that's the message I was getting for him. Seek the wise counsel. If there's something that you need to take a step back from and, analyze a little bit, go ahead and do that. There's various things that the Hermit can be talking about, but my gut instinct, it's talking about wise counsel, to seek some wise counsel. But good things could potentially be happening in that. And Mary, I don't know if you want to pull any cards or not, or should we just go back to the phone lines?
Yeah, I think, because I didn't even catch any of those questions. Do we have time for another phone call?
Just one more call, and then we got to end the show here, folks. We have, let's see who's been waiting the longest. 917. Caller 917. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, 917. Are you there? Hello? Going once, going twice. I'm going to put them back on hold, Mary, and then let me see if I can bring them live again. Sometimes that trick works on Blog Talk. After 12 years, you start to learn the tricks, Area code 917. Are you there? Hello? I think they fell asleep. They were waiting so long. They might have fallen asleep. Well, that's what happens with live call in on live radio here. Go back and check real quick, see if there's any other questions. I don't see any questions in the chat. I think we covered them all. Wow, we did good, Mary, because there was a lot.
Wow. Awesome.
Yep. I hope you don't. Yeah. And seeing that, I had the chat questions in front of me and they were all, one card pulls, basically, what's the message? And also the fact that when I was shuffling, I had cards flying out of the deck for these people. I hope you don't mind me just like answering those real quick.
No, not at all. So next week, what was I going to say? Oh, I'll be back next week. For those who are just now seeing us on all these platforms and everything, they may not know that the first Saturday of the month, every month, is when I do There's a Rock for That. So I'll be back next week, but then you and I will be back the following Saturday. But stay tuned, everybody, on all our social media platforms, because we're also going to do some lives and have some other great things happening, right, Dex?
Oh, yes. It's really great. We're going to be working out, more technical kinks over this coming week. And then sometime in the beginning, Monday or Tuesday next week, we'll do another live. And then we're going to start doing these lives a little bit more frequently. We'll have the Saturday show that's always been the Tarot Today radio show. Some of the shows we may be simulcasting through Blog Talk, and others we may just be taking your questions from the various chats, because we're on so many different platforms. It's really nice that we can do that.
Yeah.
And in addition to the lives, we're going to be doing a lot of really cool content videos as well, looking into various topics of tarot. If there's anything you want us to cover, let us know. Over at thetarotguild.com, you'll see all the workshops that we have going. We're going to be covering some of the same topics. You can also, as a member of the guild, get access for $1 a month. You get access to all those workshops, plus all the upcoming workshops. Don't forget the summer sale. If you go over to thetarotguild.com, you'll see the summer sale banner. Just click on that if you want to get the discounted certification, if you're already a professional reader, or if you want to enroll in my course at the hugely discounted price for that. And let's see what else. Don't forget. Don't forget the tag team. I'm going to put that back up there again because I just love that video. Don't forget our tag team readings, tagteam.tarottoday.live. That's tagteam.tarottoday.live. And you can book a session with Mary and I together. What do you think, Mary?
Yes, I'm excited to be able to offer that. I think that that's going to be, like I think it's like a little bit different. I think it's like a little fuller bit of a reading experience for clients, and I'm excited. I mean, my gosh, we've been tag teaming on the air for 12 years, but it'll be really fun to be able to spend more time with a client and really like be able to like kind of do like a 360 reading for somebody, cover all the bases.
Oh, and Shahadat is asking another question in the chat. After the show ends, I will be in there in just a second because I pulled cards for you already, but we got to get out of here. We got to end the show. Thanks for everybody joining us on Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. Sharon, good seeing you. Sharon, by the way, that we did the reading for earlier, she's a member of the Tarot Guild. And just wanted to mention that as well. You can find her on thetarotguild.com along with Mary and I. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So that's
thanks, everybody.
That's it for this week. And we'll see you in a few days. Mary on Saturday, but I'll be back with Mary on Monday or Tuesday the following week. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy.
Seconds. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.